I can compliment you on your foresight. It's easy to buy when a sector has momentum. It's very hard to buy when a sector like ours has no momentum. I'm telling you, it's buying at the cliche, buy at the bottom, sell at the top. Very easy in theory. In practice, is very hard to do. So again, compliments to you for being here. So we echo Chen's view. I say we, me, and the people at Honey Badger and Eric Sprott, of course, that silver has very bright prospects. And Honey Badger is a very different kind of company. It's very different than any company here at the conference, and quite frankly, different than any company, let's call it any mining company listed on any exchange. For the older people in the room, what we're trying to do is create, effectively, it's an active ETF. So it's a silver vehicle. If you like silver, then you're going to love Honey Badger. In essence, it's a combination of what Silver Standard used to be and Silver Wheaton, okay? We are, by the way, I've been doing this for a long time. I know I look really young and all that. It's all the Botox. This is my 29th year in mining capital markets, and I am the founder of a broker called Red Cloud. Before that, I was a CEO of a company called Victoria Gold. And before that, I was a top-ranked precious metal analyst at TD Bank and other places. So I've been around for quite a long time, and I've loved silver since I was a little kid. But the point being is that there's only two ways to create value in the mining business. You either find the ounces, and you've heard some great stories here of folks that are trying to find ounces, or you buy them cheaply. And at the current time, to Chen's point, we took over control of Honey Badger about 18 months ago. We've been outrageously busy looking at opportunities to buy silver ounces. And I can tell you, we have no competition, okay? There's nobody trying to buy silver ounces. Everybody's in the mining business is in the fetal position. And it's extremely difficult to buy assets when the market is poor. I did it at Victoria Gold. We bought an 8 million ounce deposit in the Yukon called Dublin Gulch. We paid $8 million for it. Victoria Gold is now a multi-billion-dollar company, albeit they put it into production and did a whole bunch of wonderful things. The point I'm trying to make, though, is that in bear markets, it's a time to buy. In bull markets, we will have assets that we will explore and drill and add value that way. But right now, the best way to create value is through acquisition, through M&A. So we've looked at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different opportunities. Ed Thoreau, our president, is in the room here. And I'll talk about our company, our assets, our board in 2 seconds. But one message I'd like you to take away, if there is one message from my presentation that you retain, is that we're trying to create a company that when silver hits $100 per ounce, and I believe it will go there, when silver hits $100 per ounce, this will be a $1 billion market cap company. And we currently have a market cap of about 15 million, okay? And I know all of that sounds outrageous, but Chen made a very compelling point. There's all kinds of applications, other applications for silver, including the electrification of motor vehicles. And obviously, silver is a monetary asset, and one can argue about the debasement of currencies, fiat currencies, et cetera, et cetera. And although I hate to see people losing money, I am encouraged by, which was news to me, that the cryptos are losing value here. I think that the precious metals have really suffered. The money flows have gone out of precious metals into crypto, and hopefully, for our collective sake, the money will flow back into precious metals. Let's talk about Honey Badger in a second, real quick here. So we will acquire, or we will have 3 different types of assets, okay? Again, think of us as an active ETF. An ETF aggregates assets and they just sit there. We're going to aggregate assets. We're going to be smart on the assets we buy, and we're going to massage them. We might drill them. We might do some geophysics. We might add to them. We're just going to continue adding value through our expertise, okay? We're going to have 3 different types of assets. We're going to have cash flowing royalties and streams. And believe it or not, I came up with the streaming concept about 15 years ago Ian Telfer obviously commercialized it to great success, but we're going to do that kind of innovative, let's call it economic process on silver, producing silver assets. And second type of asset is we're going to have ounces in the ground. My personal target is to have 1 billion ounces of silver. We currently have about 25 million, so we have a long way to go. But a few chunky assets and we can get there fairly quickly. And then the third type of asset, which we currently have quite a lot of, I think we're no longer looking for those types of assets because we have some good ones, are high-grade silver advanced exploration assets. We'll be adding value to those when the silver price goes higher, not really at the current time. Let's think about us inventorying those or keeping quiet on those for the time being. Again, we bought Clear Lake, 5 million ounces of silver. We paid $250,000 cash. Over $40 million has been spent by others on it. And we got 1.3 billion pounds of zinc for free. Okay? So we will also monetize those zinc pounds. We're looking for innovative ways to do that through either spin-off royalty cos or even NFTs or all kinds of different things. So if you like zinc, we have a lot of zinc, although it's not predominantly our core commodity, obviously. And we just bought, to Chen's point, we bought a 20 million ounce project called Caixinal on Friday in Chile. It's located right next to the producing mine that is run by, it's called Guanaco. It's run by Austral Gold. They're friends of ours. It's 16 kilometers from the mine, so it is conceivable that the mineralization, the silver mineralization from Caixinal will go through the Guanaco mill, let's say within the next 18 months, okay? As I mentioned Ed, our CFO Donna, and Pompeo, who does corporate development. I told you guys a little bit about myself. John Hill was a mining analyst, top-ranked mining analyst, extremely well-recognized individual in the U.S. Doug Eaton is Mr. Yukon. I'm not talking about bodybuilding here. I'm talking about geology. He's been looking for minerals in the Yukon for over 50 years. And Brian Briggs is a very, very well-seasoned mining engineer based in the U.S., also very well-respected. So, again, tiny little market cap. To Chen's point, we've been treading water for the last, 6, 7 months. A bit frustrating, because we continue to add value and the market doesn't yet recognize it. Part of it is really nobody's focused on our sector, but at some point people will. We're going to continue doing what we do best, is creating value, and I know for certain that eventually the market will recognize that. So I'm not going to talk about silver. Chen did a much better job than I'll ever do. And I'm not even going to talk about our assets, really. It's all in the presentation on our website. But you can see we released some surface samples from Plata and the Yukon. We think it's a new Keno Hill. Folks that are familiar with Alexco, we think we have another Keno Hill. Amazing, 17,000 grams of silver and so forth. Outrageously high silver grades, okay? Very prospective. There are something like 32 different mineral occurrences on our property. As an analyst, when I went to see a property, if I saw 2 or 3, I'd get excited. We've got 32 different, and it's a little bit like poker. I've got 32 different hands to play, which is always much better than 1 or 2. So really, that's the story. In conclusion, we are a different kind of company. We are aggregating silver assets with the belief that silver will go substantially higher. We have access to capital. We mentioned that Eric Sprott owns about 15%, as do I. We are extremely active, and we are creating value for shareholders. We welcome you all as investors if you're not already. We have a booth out here, and really that's the story. Okay, thanks for your time.